Hello, this is LaShonda, um, single mom of two. I am an entrepreneur. I am a hairstylist, and I have a health and wellness business. I want to come on here this morning and just talk about the question of who. What is the question? Who um, do you think that you are the person today that you wish you were earlier on in life? And that question came from, um, it actually was a quote that I posted on my Instagram page. And it just resonated with me because I do wish that I could have been the person I am today back then. And I say that because today I'm stronger. Today I'm wiser. Today I have more knowledge. Today I understand more. Today I think more. I don't think just for the now, I think for the future as well. Um, and I'm more alert. Um, I'm better. I'm better. And I know I have grown. And I'm happy to say that I have grown because sometimes people refuse to change. Sometimes people don't change. And they don't want to change for the better. They like the way things are and they prefer them to stay that way because that's where they're comfortable at. But I love to grow. I don't mind growing because growing is a part of life. I don't ever want to be stuck. I don't want to ever feel like I'm stuck. Because back then I did feel like I was stuck and I no longer want that feeling. So now, because I no longer want that feeling, now I know what I need to do to not go back to that place. And I know a lot of people, are stuck. Um, they're stuck in their lives. They're stuck in their mind, and the mind is a dangerous thing. And when you become stuck in your mind, then everything else is gonna follow. So, you know, as a daily process, as a person who's growing or who wants to grow, you have to be able to change your mindset. And because I chose to change my mindset, I'm at where I'm at now. Back then, I was married. I had two kids from that marriage, and um, I loved being married. I did. And sometimes to this day, I still wish I was married. I do wish I still was married, but not in that same situation, married to a changed person or a person who wanted change and who wanted to better our relationship and who wanted um, our marriage to work. But that just wasn't the case. So, even after the divorce, he still carried me through some things, and I'll probably share that later on one day. And it brought me to a place of, I think I was hurt more than I was during our marriage, and because it had dealings with my kids. When you have kids, your whole perception change, your whole mindset change, and you think differently. And your biggest concern is no longer yourself. Your biggest concern is your kids. And that took me to a place that I didn't think I was going to come back from. It was hard to experience. It was hard to go through. And then once it was over, it was hard to accept that it happened. Um, but when people do wrong to you, you try not to hold so much hatred towards them. Um, I almost hated him. Um, But I had to pray because that's not me to hate people. I may not like people, but hate is a harsh word. So I had to pray about that. And I finally got to a place of peace. And when I got to that place of peace, I was able to open that door again just to be able to speak to him because of our kids and not feel so, oh, that's how I felt. I was like, I just can't, but I had to. I had to for myself. And then I had to for my kids. But still to this day, we really don't have that communication. It's a little better, but it could be better. But I don't think that we will ever get to that place of things being the way that they should be when you have to co-parent. Of course, I have my own little vision of what I want things to look like, of what I want things to be like, but that's just not reality. But I shared that just to say that you can grow from things. Things can get better. But it all starts with you. And I hope and pray that if you are that person, that it's okay. It's okay to let some things go. It's okay to be okay with whatever situation you're in. Because when you're in a situation, you learn to adapt to that situation. But you don't have to. You ask God to help you look at that situation in a different way. Open your eyes to dealing with that situation in a different way, in a different light. And once you start and you keep praying that same prayer, or you keep asking him that same thing, he will. He will make it happen. He will answer. Because he did it for me. He did it for me. Because having a hard heart in this world, this crazy world, will get you nowhere. So you have to learn. You may not forget, but you have to learn to forgive. You have to learn to forgive. And I know everybody handles things differently, but you have to learn to be able to handle things in a different way than what you're used to. That's basically taking you out of your norm, because you have to find your peace. You have to. And when I found my peace, that was the best thing ever. And not saying that things don't still happen that try to cause me to get out of that peace that I worked so hard to get. It happens. But I go back where I used to be and ask myself, Shonda, what did you do at this time to get yourself out of that place? And I go back to that. And that is prayer and the word. It helps. And I try my best to stay in the word every day. Every day. Every night before I go to bed, I read the scripture. And right now I'm doing Psalms. I've done it before, but now because I'm more in tune with myself, because now I know I need it. Yeah. So I started off with Psalms. I don't know what's going to be next, but that's just where I turned my Bible to, and I just started. So I do read one chapter a day, because you can't cram everything all in one day or 2 days, and I'm not even going to try and do it. So I do one chapter a day, and it's really been helping me. It's really been helping me with my spirit, the way I look at things, and just keeping me grounded. And that's what I want to come on here and talk about. Like, could you, do you think that you are the person that you should have been to your younger self, that your younger self needed? But everything is a process. Everything is a learning process. And it's okay. The process is hard, but it's okay. It's okay because God said so. It's okay. But you have to go through the process. And the process is hard. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard. But it's worth it. At the end of the day, it's worth it. Because at the end of the day, if you still have your mind, at the end of the day, if you have accomplished that peace that you've been longing for, at the end of the day, you can keep that peace in spite of what's going on around you. Man, that is the best thing ever. It is. And I just thank God, and I thank myself now, my adult self, like, you can do this and you can keep doing it. It's not something that you could just go get it and then just stop working for. No, you have to keep in that space. You have to keep that peace. And so in order to keep those things, to keep that peace, you got to keep reading the word. You got to keep praying. If you go to church, you got to keep going to church. You have to just stay up under the word. You just have to try your best to stay positive each day. But if you read the word every day, then there's no problem with you being able to be positive every day, no matter what comes against you that day, no matter what it is. But if you have grown from your younger self, then that's definitely a blessing. And you keep growing. You keep growing. There's always room for growth. There's always room for lessons to be learned. You keep going. You keep going, because one day you're going to run across somebody that used to be you. That used to be you. That went through the same things you went through. And you can teach them how to get from point A to point B. To get from point A all the way to Z. The end of the alphabet. Do you understand? Listen. I know I'm comfortable. And I know I'm getting there. I know I'm a work in progress because I'm here on the scope now. Never in days would I have ever thought I would be doing videos, sharing my story here and there. Never. Because sometimes you don't want to do things. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to look doing that. Oh, well, I won't have anything to say. Listen, I look at a lot of videos and I listen to a lot of people. And all they do is tell their story. They tell how they got from point A to point Z every single time. And a lesson is learned every single time for somebody else. And I always hear, never stop sharing your story. Always share your story, because you never know who is going to help. And that is so true. That is so true. So once a week, I do try my best to do at least one video. What it's going to be about, I don't know. But I do try my best to do at least one video, because I want to get comfortable. I want to get comfortable, so when that day comes to where I have to speak in front of people about my story, I'm going to be comfortable doing it. Because it's my story. And I know my story will help somebody else. And that's what I want. I want to help other people. I want other people to learn from my life experiences, the past and now. Because you have to be able, in the future, you have to be able to maintain. You could work to get there, but you have to be able to maintain. And it all starts from your mind. See, your younger self would never thought of these things. See, your younger self was just living from day to day, not thinking of what's in the future or maybe planning for the future. That was your younger self. But as you get older, you are supposed to grow. You are supposed to want more. And my more is helping other people get to the place of peace. Get to their place of comfort. Get to their place of where they feel comfortable being and able to keep going from that point. And teach them how to keep it and maintain their peace, their sanity in the times of trouble, how to deal with those things But it's a process. It's a process. And my process starts over every day. It does, because I don't know what my day holds. I don't know who's going to call me. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a process. But I do know I stand strong. I stand a very strong woman. And I thank God for that. I am so strong now to where I will not let nobody tell me no different from what I have experienced or for what I have learned for myself. You can't come into my life and tell me how I should feel or how I should do things or what you think should happen for my life. That's just not going to happen. Basically, you're not going to tell me what to do. You can give me your opinion. We can have a, back and forth conversation. But don't come at me with, this is what you need to do, or you don't do this, or you don't do that. No. Because I'm older now, and because I've grown, that's unacceptable to me. But we can converse back and forth. I'm okay with that. I always listen to what people have to say. I always listen to something I can take from a conversation I'm having with someone, whether young or old. Life lessons. Life lessons. And I pray that I'll be able to teach my kids the same. I want to be able to tell them little things here and there, so if they get into any situations, they be like, oh, well, I remember when my mama told me. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want them to remember what I told them before they make a decision. So I just want to come on here and share that. And I hope this helps somebody. Because as I do videos, it's helping me. It's helping me to grow as a person. And it's making me feel a lot better that I can open up and I can share. And I know that this video will fall into somebody's hands one day. And it will help them get through a hard time. Because there will be hard times. So I think that's all. I pray that this would reach someone. I pray that this touches someone. And I pray that you will open up your mind and your heart to change. It's okay to change. Change is good. But open yourself up to it. And when you open up yourself to it, just know it's a process. Everything in life is a process. It is. So I hope this helps someone. If you need to contact me, you can leave a message here, or you can contact me on Facebook. It's facebook.com. LaShawanda Lurks. That's LaShawanda Lurks. And I will chat with y'all later. Have a blessed day.